weekend, there were demonstrations greeting the leaders of the World Bank and International Monetary Fund at a meeting in Tokyo. Protesters say the financial bodies are responsible for the austerity programs being imposed around the world.
Even the anti-globalization protesters seem to be suffering from the world economic downturn. The handful that turned out in Tokyo today seemed distinctly lacking in energy, a bit like the world economy. As she closed the annual IMF meeting here today, Christine Lagarde made another exhortation for governments to act now to create jobs.
You have to know that as part of my job, I have to understand what we need to do, and I have to have some views and make some recommendations as to what the members can do in order to improve the overall economic situations, consolidate recovery and create jobs.
Ms. Lagarde says the world's economic recovery is now under threat from three directions. Firstly, the Eurozone. Promised reforms here are being held up by opposition from the street and by the sheer complexity of getting 17 countries to act together. Secondly, from America. The presidential election means Washington is distracted and is doing nothing to deal with America's huge public debt. That is creating uncertainty. And finally, from countries like China and Brazil. Until this year, their economies were still the engine of world growth. Now they too are slowing. The top Chinese officials didn't even bother to turn up. And there have been no new big ideas. But there is a real sense of urgency from here that governments around the world need to do more. Ms. Lagarde admitted she is now so worried about the stalling world recovery that she thinks governments should slow down on austerity if it's killing jobs and growth. But others, like George Osborne and German Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble, disagree. They say sticking to austerity and tough reforms is the only way.